Like,
We have
There
no
it is.
strict rules, so it's okay.
The music is just background at this point.
Yeah.
We always just talk through it anyway.
Believe it or not, AB made this from scratch.
are you serious?
Drums and everything.
That's so good.
Drums and no, he didn't. He sampled.
Congratulations.
Welcome welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. This is your host, Audio AB. At the helm of the table, I have my wonderful executive producer and co-host,
Jordan.
Monsieur Jordan. Next to him, I have our wonderful guest, few and far between, and we actually do know females, and we have female guests. Our wonderful guest, Idahlia.
Hi,
Here
I'm
she is.
Idahlia.
And then right next to her, I have my wonderful co-host.
Omar.
What's up, guys? Idahlia, welcome to the table.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm excited.
Wow,
She brought us a
Yes.
card and cookies.
The best guest
Yes.
already. She brought things for us.
Absolutely.
Oh my
She
God.
brought us a wonderful holiday card, first and
It's
foremost.
the nicest shit I ever
love it.
seen. A
And
card?
then she brought us tips treats.
And it was very good.
and
it
we
was-
love cookies
Aw,
at this
I'm
table.
glad.
Absolutely.
We love
Cookies are
at this
ridiculous. I
table.
was just telling
I'm so
everybody
glad.
right now that, like, my mom asked me what I want for a Christmas gift, and I said I want a cookie cake.
What does your ideal cookie cake look like? Is that a weird question? Do all cookie cakes look the same?
I have no idea.
Why do they have to
I
look
feel
the same?
like they do.
Why don't we put like strawberries on them or something?
Ah, that's weird, man. Don't
Yeah.
put strawberries in a cookie cake. That's strange.
I guess.
Okay, so anyways, how we know Idahlia is Omar and I used to work with her at this one health food shop that we worked at a couple years ago, and we were all really cool, and we'd go to like the holiday parties and stuff like that,
Yes.
and yeah, so we haven't seen her in like years, obviously because of COVID and life and stuff. So what have you been up to, and like what did you do during COVID? How was it?
Yeah.
How was it for you? Did you ever get COVID? I mean,
Yeah, no, I didn't get COVID.
Okay,
thank
good.
God. Yeah, no, I never got COVID.
with the clapping thing, Gio, the clapping sound.
No, I was definitely one of those people that like disinfected my groceries.
Oh
And
shit!
then, yeah, I've been doing pageant stuff. I don't know if I ever told you guys about that whenever I was at Snap Kitchen.
No, you didn't really go into too much detail about it. So, like,
Okay.
what does that entail, and how long have you been doing it?
So I've been doing pageants since I was 11,
Mm-hmm.
and I won the Miss Texas title this past summer.
With the clapper, Gio.
Oh
With the clapper.
Yeah, so I was super excited.
Oh my God.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Wait, am I worthy to be here?
Are we
So
worthy
I'm
to be at
gonna
the table?
leave.
Dude, when I saw you in the sash, I was like, "That's crazy! like this
Aw,
is
thank
real."
you.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
because I
it's
do
so-
remember you used to mention it at Snap.
Yeah,
but it
I
was
like
just like a hobby on the side.
Yeah, no, it was really like I didn't really want to mention it because that's kind of like I don't know.
Why are you
humble
flexing on us
brag.
like that?
Yeah,
Right?
no,
I've
like
never-
why would
Humble
I
brag.
say that? So yeah, that happened in June, and that took me to Orlando, Florida, this past Thanksgiving, and I got to compete for the national title, and I made top 12. So super
Wow.
excited.
That's
Pretty
really
fucking
awesome.
Cool.
Yes.
So what goes into that in terms of like preparing and competing, and like I said, how long have you been doing it?
Yeah, I've been doing it since I was 11, so 2009.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm 23 now. So, and what goes into it, I do interview practice, I do walking practice, I exercise, and all of that jazz.
So what is like the what are the different categories? I'm sure like they ask you a question, you know,
Yeah.
about like the world. I'm assuming, right? Like
Yes, yeah. So,
make sure you're a good person.
yeah. I feel like interview's the most interesting one because it's like
Sure.
the one that they get to know you the most.
Yeah.
Kind of is like what separates the good and the bad.
Oh,
of the
absolutely.
pack. Yeah.
I'm sure y'all have seen that viral clip with that girl. She's like,
Yeah.
there's something about Africa, and it's like it's just like the most long-winded. And so anyway, like that type of.
No, it's horrible. Yeah. If you get that bad, then it's just like you had a bad coach or like, you just couldn't make it. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So what kind of questions do they ask you in that interview like session? for that?
Yeah. So this past interview session, they asked me, I want to say the most interesting question I got asked was, what is my most controversial opinion?
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
What'd you
Wow.
say?
Yeah.
Give us the exact rehearsed. Give us the rehearsed version.
No, I didn't rehearse it at all. It came from my heart.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
Africa.
Okay, give it to us.
So obviously I'm from Texas. So I talked about immigration and
Yeah.
how like in Texas immigration is a really hot topic.
Yeah.
So
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, I just talked about how immigrants should be treated humanely.
Absolutely.
And-
Is that a hot take?
No, that's exactly what I said.
Surprising.
Just like, oh my God.
Surprisingly,
I
that
can't
is-
believe I just heard that.
Surprisingly, that's a hot take, and I have a segue.
Oh, God.
to a not so good startup that I read about. So this startup is a company that makes drones, right?
Oh,
and the
no.
drones obviously they have cameras and shit. They follow people around. So the drones actually have shocking capabilities, and they made it with the capability to shock, and they made it to where it would like track immigrants specifically and shock them.
Wait, so it just shoots out little.
Yeah,
Pew, pew.
almost like how cops have the little taser gun.
Yeah.
This was a startup in the U.S.
Yes, it's a startup in the
It's
U.S.
incredibly fucked up.
And the founder was trying to say, "Oh, it wasn't our intention." Blah 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 blah.
Wait, so who's funding this? Like, what is the purpose of these drones?
Some sort of investors are putting millions of dollars into this.
What
shit.
are the purpose of these drones? To do
to
that?
shock these immigrants?
But how do they have like any sort of legal backing to do something like that? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just
Well, I
know
mean,
that
yeah,
they're
but who's on
shocking
the immigrant
immigrants.
side?
Yeah, I'm about
who's
to say,
showing
yeah.
up?
Yeah, but
You
no,
can't do that.
Exactly.
That is interesting that you guys bring that up. Like, that shouldn't be a controversial opinion.
That's
right?
what, like when I was talking to the judge, I was like, well, in Texas, this is a controversial opinion. Yeah. And then the next most interesting question I got asked was, what was the biggest mistake you've made in your life, and
That's a
how
hard
did you
one.
come to peace with it?
Bro,
That's pretty
That's a
heavy.
question. I did not know.
Dope.
They were like
That is
Yeah.
deep. We should be asking that kind of deep
It's a little
stuff.
personal. I don't want to talk about that.
All I ever hear is like, I just want peace in the Middle East, and that's literally it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what'd you
That's
say
the
to
happy
that
thing.
one?
What's your favorite animal?
That one I answered about myself in college. I just felt like in college I was aiming for perfection, and like that just, why would you do that? Like,
Yeah.
I guess like in any stage of your life, like why would you aim for perfection? 'Cause
Yeah.
that kind of ruins the whole
For sure.
experience.
Why do you think that was a mistake? Because it like it
Yeah,
just
'cause it
fucked
made
up your
me,
idea
like,
of success
yeah.
and things like that. Just beating
Yeah.
yourself up too
Perfection
much.
is the enemy of progress, at least in my opinion.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I agree.
Because then you get stumped on all the mistakes you make, and like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
and you just kept like you keep what's the word, reflecting on all the shit that you did wrong rather
Yeah,
than like learning
you
from
overthink
it.
everything.
And that's the one
Yeah.
stage in life where you do like the most like you progress the most as a person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you're not gonna be
exactly. Like I
perfect.
felt like I was holding myself back so much, and I'm
And
like, okay, I was
Yeah.
around all of these people. Like I could have taken more advantage of it.
For sure.
Than I did.
I also feel like we're just so, which is a good thing and a bad thing. We're flooded with so many options that we get something like called paralysis analysis or analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
I forgot which way it
Those
goes.
bars.
Paralysis analysis.
Paralysis analysis.
Basically, it means that like if you have too many choices, you're gonna struggle to make a choice, and you might not even make a choice at all.
It's too much pressure.
Yeah, which I think was what happens with a lot of people our age nowadays as they go into school and they're like, what the fuck do I study? What do I do with my life? And there's so many
Yeah.
options, and the internet is showing them all this shit, and like, it's hard to make a decision.
It's true. And
Yeah.
especially like in Houston or something like that, there's tons of, I mean, because you get like a wide range of jobs and you hear about a wide range of jobs your whole
Yeah.
life.
Yes.
So it's not just like in a small town where like everyone's kind of doing this one thing, this one big factory or something like that.
Exactly.
So what is the environment like in pageants? Is it like intense or is it pretty jovial? Like you guys are all pretty much friends. It's just like good luck to you. Like you're gonna be the best one. Like may the best
Yeah.
winner win.
Yeah. I feel like at a state pageant, so like when I competed in Texas, it was really like friendly and everyone was cool and it was like good luck, But then when I went to nationals, it was a little bit
Some
like-
backstabby,
Yeah,
some backstabby bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You didn't say
Yeah,
it, I did.
I didn't say it. Yeah.
you don't know
no.
how the girls are in Montana, so
Yeah, exactly.
true.
And that's
Absolutely.
what someone told me. They were like, Idahlia, you have to realize like you're coming from a metropolitan area with like 3 million people.
Yeah.
And like some girls are coming from small town Wisconsin. Like y'all aren't gonna mesh the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, for
that,
sure.
You
Like-
know, you think.
Yeah, you might come at them real friendly, like, oh,
Yeah.
hey, like, good luck, like, nice to meet you. And they're going to be like, man, fuck this
Yeah.
bitch. I don't even know
Slaps
her.
your
Like,
hand away.
I don't want her to win.
No,
Damn.
yeah.
That's
Fuck
cutthroat.
her, fuck immigration.
Yeah.
That's what they might.
They don't fuck around out there in Montana. I'll tell you that.
No, so I mean, but I don't know. It was weird. Like the whole week, I kind of was like going through it, like being friendly, but also like not too involved with everyone because I
Sure.
knew everyone was like in their own lane. But after the pageant ended, like once the results were like done and over, everyone was so nice. They were like, "Oh my gosh, it was such a fun week with you."
These
and I was
fucking
like,
bitches.
"You
He's lying."
haven't talked to me all week.
Right?
Like, this
Right.
is the first time you're talking
That's
to
hilarious.
me."
Oh my! It's because you're top 12. That's why.
we gotta be real friendly with her.
Yeah, let me kiss some ass.
Yeah.
How do you think that compares to when you were younger? Do you think like it got way more serious?
It
like,
got more serious as an adult for sure. When I was younger, like everyone was really nice and like gave out candy bags and like
Wow.
super
Aw.
nice.
I feel like when you're
It's
younger,
like a
it's
kid's
fun.
party.
Yeah,
Like, you get
things
to
are
dress.
fun,
You get to dress
yeah.
up and like when you're younger, don't they have more like play related ones?
Yes.
Where you can do like juggling or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Do cartwheels.
Whenever I came home from this one, actually, I was thinking about like stopping completely because like when I did it when I was young, like I really enjoyed it, but like when I went this time, I was kind of like, oh, that was really cutthroat. Like I don't know if I want to put myself through that again. So
Well, all
yeah,
right.
I don't know. I
That
might
makes-
be retired.
Okay,
Really?
that's what I was
No
about to
one-
ask. Really?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
maybe it's maybe. Yeah.
I mean,
don't
you
know.
retired on top, so
Exactly.
So do you have
Solid place.
Do you have like a
Retire.
deadline to decide when you want to do it again? Like if you were
Yeah,
to do it
so
again?
they the age that women age out of pageants is 28. So you
Damn.
can't compete after 28. And I'm
Okay.
23, so I still have time.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
a decent
yeah.
amount of time to decide if you want to keep pursuing it.
Yeah.
So what would, if you don't mind me asking, what would make you not want to pursue it? I mean, you touched on it briefly. You just said like the cutthroat aspect, but I'm sure there's probably something else as well.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time investment with yourself. Like I didn't get to hang out with my friends a lot because I was literally either in my room or at my coaching facility training. So I literally was practicing walking. I was practicing how to have a conversation with someone like really fluidly because you only have a minute with each judge. So you have to talk to them and get your point across like as fast as possible. So it's like not natural. It's almost like artificial natural.
Sure.
Yeah,
Because you
for
have to
sure.
train so much.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm kind of like, that was fun when I was a kid because the only thing I did was like school and then like I was on the swim team. And then it's like, okay, I can come home and practice. But now I'm an adult and it's like, well, I can travel. I can go like have a relationship. Like I can just do a bunch of other things besides like being stuck in my room practicing a walk like for 3 hours.
That's
Yeah.
kind of that is insane.
I was
What-
gonna say,
that's crazy.
I feel like it requires like insane discipline.
yeah. What do you
It
think
does.
like was the most training that you did? Like what did you dedicate the most training to?
I dedicated the most training to, I think, like my fitness aspect and then also my interviewing skills.
I remember when we used to work together, you told me, you're like, oh, I'm a runner. I'm like, I don't know how you do that. Like,
Yeah,
it makes me
yes.
want to throw up.
Yeah, no, I love running. I still run, so
Really?
yes.
How frequently?
Probably every other day, just so I don't like kill myself.
Wow, you beat all of us at this table.
Are you serious?
Dude, I can't even tell you the last time I ran at all.
Really?
I had gained
Oh
a
my
little weight though
gosh.
during the pandemic, and I started running for maybe like 2 months, and I would do it at least like 4 or 5 times a week. It honestly felt pretty good.
No, it
Yeah,
does.
it does
Really
feel
good. I felt
recently
like a
just
lot more
started.
fit, and like I just felt like maybe it was in my head, but I really felt like my heart was like doing better. You know what I mean? Like I just
Yeah.
had better stamina. I had
Aw.
better cardio. No,
You should-
I was on the verge of
Sorry.
death before.
That sounds
I
like
know.
a Raisin Brand commercial. Like my heart was
I'm just an old
improving.
man. I'm like a
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
My granddaughter suggested Raisin Bran. No, it's because I used to play basketball at the same time, so I felt the difference in my cardio and my stamina and all that shit. And once I started running near the end of that, I could tell like the difference, like dramatically, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely improves over time. Like I recently just started over the past 2 or 3 months running like a Memorial Park.
Yeah.
And like I was like at first I'd have to stop. It's like a 3-mile track. I'd have to stop at least 4 or 5 times doing it. But like as I've been doing it more, I'm at the point now where I don't have to stop. So I'm like,
you
okay,
fucking kidding?
I'm about to say,
getting a
that's
little
it,
bit better.
dude. Like,
Nah,
Yeah.
get out of here, dude. I still gotta stop.
I gotta decide.
I'm getting 0.9 miles in, and I gotta. let's give it a break. Let's give it a
I mean,
little
I'm
break.
not running crazy mile times. My mile time is like 11:50 something. So I'm going like at an even pace. I'm not going too fast.
Okay, that's still too fast for
I
me
just
though.
got stunned on 3 times in the middle of that conversation, Abraham.
Yeah, got them long legs for no reason, Gio.
I have asthma. I can't breathe.
Excuses.
Got asthma.
Excuses.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
nice. Running is nice, especially if I had like a nice area to go outside and run in.
It
Running
makes
on a
a
treadmill,
difference.
you feel like
Oh,
you feel like
no,
a
I don't
gerbil,
like
dude.
it.
You feel like
Yeah,
a
I know.
like a hamster.
You feel like a rat. Where do you run?
I run at Memorial Park.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice ass park.
Yeah,
You know,
no, it's super
recently,
nice.
I think I was telling the guys last week.
not a bad thing, right?
Recently on the podcast about not about something else happened in Memorial Park. They opened a new part of the trail, and I was running on it recently.
Oh yeah, I ran on that part too.
And there was a baby rattlesnake on there.
That's
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
gross.
no.
These 2 dudes almost stepped on it.
that is some scary shit.
That is scary.
I would shit my pants.
Are you telling me straight out of the egg, a rattlesnake is like venomous enough to kill
Straight
me?
out
Straight
the
up.
egg.
Straight out the damn
wasn't-
egg.
It wasn't a straight out the egg rattlesnake, but it was like a decently sized.
But just
one.
out of curiosity, like, can like a toddler snake?
I think,
Can it do some real damage on me?
I think it could fuck you up. I don't know if it'll kill you, but it can
It's still
fuck you
learning
up.
how to slither.
That
it
is
doesn't
so
know how
scary.
to go.
You don't run into snakes in the wild very often. So running into a snake, let alone a goddamn rattlesnake, I'd be
I
pretty
don't like
fucking scared.
snakes. I'm not a
Yeah,
snake
snakes are-
person.
And I'll tell you what, I don't think I could identify a rattlesnake all that quickly.
You can hear it.
You can see the
tell.
rattler.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the most- and
okay.
you
They
can
really,
hear it.
they really do use that thing.
the one thing they're known
Real,
to be
it's not a
identified for.
cartoon.
That's right.
It's all just for show.
I mean, because they all kind of hiss, don't they? But that's right. They got the little rattle on
So
their tail.
like besides like physical discipline, you're saying like exercise, right? Like what else did you have to be disciplined in terms of like you said like your social life too? Like you had to really like not communicate with a lot of people because you were trying to focus on this so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I don't know, it's kind of a different because you're trying to stay on this track, which people have different opinions about it. Like, are you really being yourself or are you not? Like, this might sound crazy, but I actually stopped listening to rap music.
Oh God.
Because I thought, like, okay, if I listen to this, I'm going to digest it. And then when I talk to the judges, like, they're going to get this vibe from me. I know that's like super,
Interesting.
I know that's super like, woo, like,
No,
okay.
I can
Only Taylor
won.
Swift.
I can understand why you did that though, right?
Yeah.
Because like we talked about this
Because
before.
like your environment is like what is you, right?
Yeah.
So I
Can't be
was like,
watching
I need to make
Narcos.
my environment so pristine. Wait, what'd you say?
I was like, you can't be watching Narcos.
Oh, no.
no Narcos.
No,
No
yeah,
Breaking
I was
Bad.
like, I need to look at like the most motivating people like on YouTube and like listen to good podcasts and just like surround myself with that, which I don't know, like even though I made top 12, I'm like, would I have done better if I really stuck to being myself, you know, and
Sure.
like listening to the things that I wanted to, right?
Yeah, that does make sense. That
Yeah,
makes
Yeah.
sense.
I can see why those are questions you'd ask yourself like after the fact.
Yeah.
Right? Like saying like maybe I could have done this different or done that different, but I think reflecting on that stuff is good, but at a certain point you got to leave it behind, right? Because then
Yeah.
like you just
No,
like
of
trap
course.
yourself in
Yeah.
like these
Yeah.
thoughts of like, oh shit.
And I like the term you used, artificial real, because that's true. Yeah, that's you, but it's like a very exaggerated good version
Yeah.
of you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just
Like
for
it's
a show.
It's a show.
It's a show. Yeah, it's all the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, like I've gone into a pageant without training and like obviously that was my genuine self, but it didn't come across because like I didn't practice the show part. You were saying
That's like
yeah.
politics. Though. That's no fun. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're just kind of getting. They have like a specific type of person in mind, and if you don't match that, then you're not really making it very far, which isn't cool. Because, you know, like I don't know, you want like a different assortment of people. You don't want people
Yeah.
to all look different, but they're all talking and acting the exact
Yeah.
same.
Sure.
You know, that's strange.
So how are these things like weighted and judged, right? Is like is there interview session given more weight or is it like different stuff? How does that
No,
work?
they're all quartered, so 25% all across for everything. So nothing weighs more than the other. But I will say when they go from top 12 to top 5, so they do another cut, they actually do a clean slate. So they take your score off and then they base you off of you re-performing again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
that is interesting.
to be honest, that night I was really nervous. So that's why I feel like I didn't make the top 5 either. Because, yeah, my like speaking was not on point that night. So it's
yeah,
okay.
fuck them.
yeah, fuck 'em. Yeah, fuck 'em.
Yeah.
You're number one. You're number one, Idahlia.
So do other girls feel the same way? Like that are in pageants? Do they express to you?
Yeah, no, I've had a lot of conversations with girls, like even at that pageant, like we were talking about, like, are we in the right place right now? Because they're looking for this certain characteristic in people. Like, is this really for us? You know? And then like also in pageants, like a big thing is sponsors. So like there's a lot of like dress sponsors, clothes, makeup artists, and like they're all there and you can hire them ahead of time. But it's like they treat some girls better than others. And it's like, do I really want to be a part of this like favoritism
That's
going
annoying.
on?
So why do you think they do that? Why do you think some girls are treated better than others?
Because they're more photogenic or they're more Instagrammable.
Yeah, it's
stuff
leverage.
like that. Yeah, it's
'Cause
leverage, exactly.
if
Yeah,
someone's
it's
like, "Oh, I love your
it's
hair in this picture."
business. Yeah.
It's all business.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's where I think pageants are going. They're going very business, which is unfortunate. Because when I was a kid, they were like, they were really about the girl and
Yeah, so
developing the girl.
That's
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
important part is the person.
I want
right?
that
Yeah.
honey boo boo shit. You
Yeah.
know? I want to go out there and I want to see like just some fun. I want to see people having fun up
Yeah,
there. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. So yeah, that's unfortunate that it's going that direction.
So do you think you'll stop doing it when it stops being any fun?
Yeah, that would make sense.
That
right?
would be the
Yeah.
point at which you would
Yeah,
stop.
why would you keep doing
Yeah.
that? I think you're like insane if you keep doing something you don't like.
Maybe like a false sense of like fulfillment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know,
Yes.
because you feel yourself doing well and you're like, I'll just keep going at it. I'll keep going at
Yeah.
it. But like, I really don't like it all that much.
Yeah.
But the thought of dedicating that much time, and I'm sure there are girls that do that year after year. That's got to take a toll on your mental. Seriously,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
once it's all said and done, and you're
Yeah.
past 28, you can't compete anymore.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh yeah. Yes.
You're gonna be like,
I've always
I would
thought
imagine like a
about
bitter
that, yeah.
person, like a mean, bitter person, because you're upset that you're not in the position you were, when you were younger.
Yeah.
Right.
I think.
Yes.
I don't know.
You know, I was going to ask regarding like the social aspect. So, did you have friends that you were like really good friends with, and then when you started getting more into the pageants, do you feel like you just like didn't have as much communication with them, or are they just not
Yes.
friends anymore?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because okay, in high school, like, I was totally like, I don't know how else to put it, like a dare kid. Like, I was like, drugs are bad.
Oh,
You're a dare kid. Oh no!
Oh.
Somebody, Omar, break out the blunt. Break out the
No,
blunt.
I'm
Right now.
God damn it! Let me go get my weed.
Omar's gonna get the weed. Let me put the
I'm
jar.
sorry,
Let me
it's
put the
so
jar on the
crazy.
table.
We're gonna hotbox this room, Idahlia.
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I was just so sheltered. But like,
Don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
And it's good that you tried them later in your life than younger, because it definitely has its cons for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
yeah. So one of my, I'm sorry. One
No,
of my
go
friends,
ahead.
One of my friends started smoking weed, and I was like, "That's so bad. You can't be my friend anymore."
Oh my god.
And so, like, yeah, I did that. I cut off my friends that were getting into drugs. But then when I got into college, I'm sorry, I see your head shaking. When I got into college, like, that's when my perspective changed, because, like, obviously I'm not around my parents. I'm only around people my age, so they're being more real with me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
This stuff doesn't smell too bad.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try that.
They look like they're having a great time right
Yeah,
now.
no, yeah, it's totally different now.
So were you able to
Like,
get back in contact with those friends, or like?
No.
No,
We're like,
they're just like, they're like, "Hey, fuck her."
yeah, no.
Well, if you
I
guys are
mean,
listening today, she's wonderful, and she's willing to do drugs. She's willing to do drugs with you
willing to
now.
smoke with you now.
She's made a change in her
Imagine
life.
they're like drug addicts now. She's like, Idahlia was right, and they think about it all the time.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of people, like, it's so weird to me, because a lot of people in high school, like, they knew I was like that, and I feel like they actually are like, oh, Idahlia is only like doing well because of that, and I'm like, no, if you guys actually talk to me, like, my perspective has changed a lot. So
Yeah, people change a ton. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like after high school, and yeah, like you said, after like the pressure of your parents, and once you have like your own freedom to make your own decisions and shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
How do you feel like, how were pageants during like COVID, right? Like whenever they like started, like whenever they finally came back on after, like, I guess in the middle of COVID, or whenever they came back on, how was it doing
Yeah.
it during that time?
So they still continued throughout COVID, which I didn't like, because I was like, why? Like, why does this matter right now?
Yeah.
And so I didn't participate during then. It was 2021 that I got back into it. So yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job. Like, they're doing social distancing. Like, whenever we were in line, we would like be separated. And they used to ask us to wear masks, and the hotels that they're hosted at have like a lot of precautions. So I don't know. I feel like it's anywhere else. Like, if you were to go to like New York or something, and they're like, okay, do all these things, you know.
What a strange week that must have been at the hotel, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I would imagine, right? People are like
Yeah.
coming in
Well,
and out.
actually, our pageant was in Florida, so no one really cared.
Yeah, no one
Florida,
gives a
Yeah.
shit.
cares. I went to Disney World earlier this year, and they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
No,
no,
they
they
don't.
don't care.
They're just doing whatever they want. Hey, they're happy though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were the first people to start revolting against the mask.
Yeah,
Fucking
they were.
Yeah, they
Jacksonville.
were.
We ain't wearing a
I
mask.
remember they were.
I don't
across
give
the
a
street
shit.
From, like, they were across the street from a gym, like
Yeah.
working out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then remember when they opened up the beaches and everyone flooded, and they were like,
Oh,
"All right, guys,
yes.
this was a little too crazy. Just everyone,
Yeah.
we made a mistake." And like 4 hours later, they shut it down. They were protesting out there.
Okay, so not to be a COVID denier, but if you're outside, the shit's not gonna spread as well, man, because it's airborne.
yeah,
right?
no,
I
but if you're
agree,
right next to
yeah.
people talking like, to
yeah,
them,
like if you had COVID right
But
now,
that's-
you'd give me COVID.
that's the
Yeah.
thing about like COVID.
you better
like,
not have COVID. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but that's the thing about like COVID. Yeah, a lot of people were just saying stuff and like just spewing shit out when it didn't really make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like, there's you know, you have the mask on. It keeps you from spreading out germs. You know what I mean? You're outside, like you said. The wind's gonna take the droplets away. I mean, the COVID can only travel as far as these droplets can travel.
True.
I feel like people were just making stuff up, which made it worse and made like
But-
non-believers be like, "Well, yeah, but this and that," and like,
When it was spring break, it was a little wild. In
Oh,
Florida.
sure.
It got a little crazy.
no, I agree. Shit, that time that I'm talking about when they were like getting mad about the whole beach being closed down, that
Yeah.
was too much.
That was wild.
Like you couldn't even see like the sidewalk. There were so many goddamn people. They were like in the street, like stopping traffic.
I feel like everybody in general, like across the board in America, was like scared and unsure of things that
Yeah.
year. Like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Idahlia said earlier, she was wiping down Amazon packages
Yeah.
and shit. Like my parents were wiping down their
Yes.
groceries.
But
with-
no, but that's the thing. It could stick to that.
Sure, no.
It's
It's
yeah.
a possibility,
'cause
but
I-
if you
absolutely.
wash your hands afterwards and do certain things.
Like,
I read an
let's say the
article
worker
that
who was
said
stalking
it
coughed on it.
wouldn't.
It
'Cause
wouldn't?
It's only airborne.
Because I was
It's-
reading
yeah,
that
it's like
it could stick to
predominantly
Yeah.
airborne.
that it could stick to metal or like metal surfaces for like
Except for
I feel like it's-
hours or some shit like
Wait,
that.
when did you read that article? 'Cause
Man.
I feel
Well,
like
granted,
it's been,
that was a-
yeah,
that was
I
a
feel
little
like
while
it's
ago.
been debunked.
Okay.
By now. Yeah,
So then what's real?
You read lies, Omar.
Omar hasn't read an
Yeah.
article in years.
Look, all I'm saying is I got my vaccine. My family has their vaccine. Now I don't give a shit.
And we ain't getting no more
yeah.
vaccines.
Now I'm going in, breathing in all the air, coughing out and shit. I don't
Oh my
give.
God.
I don't care.
Gosh. Yeah, my uncle, he's really old and he didn't get the vaccine. And he got bronchitis. Well,
Oh,
that's
God.
what he said. That's what he told our family.
He didn't
And I
wanna
was
admit he had
I don't think
COVID.
you got bronchitis.
Just a cold.
You
Yeah.
always got the one. Every
Yes, and I
family.
literally was like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so bad." But you did this to yourself.
Yeah. No, it's shit.
You didn't get the vaccine.
No, absolutely. I see what you're saying. Like, if you have a family member you love, you just want them to be like healthy and make decisions that are probably going to benefit them and the people around them. So it kind of sucks when you see them don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like your bad decision could, like affect other people. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew this girl who their whole family didn't get the vaccine, and her older sister who has a son who is like very close to her age. The kid was like 18 or 19. Chunky boy. He's a chunky fella. So he's already like predisposed to, that shit.
Oh no.
So she is a fucking nurse. She got COVID, brought it home to her son. Homeboy ended up in the ICU. And he's good now, but he was in there for like 2 months. And I was like,
oh my.
imagine the bill y'all have racked up now and like
I mean, at
all the
least-
headache
at
and all
least
the
he's
health
alive.
problems. At least he's
Yeah.
alive.
Dude, there were some cases
but they're like
where-
permanent problems sometimes with these patients.
Yeah, there are.
Speaking of, there were cases where like these people who would get it, people who were like in college or people who were like in like high school, like high school age, and they would like be living with like grandparents, like older family members, and they'd come home and they'd give it to their fucking grandma, and their
they'd
grandma
die.
or grandpa would die,
And they would
Yeah,
feel
that
like,
sucks.
when they're interviewing them, because a news channel is going to love a story like
Crazy.
that.
Yeah.
They're always like so regretful and shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you get for being stupid.
Yeah.
Everyone kept telling you, everyone's getting mad at you. You think we're all sheep? No.
No.
You're the sheep, believing all kinds of crazy things that you read on the internet.
Speaking of believing crazy shit you read on the internet and crazy shit you've seen, have you guys seen the interview that Travis Scott did with Charlemagne?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was a stinker, bro.
I only saw like 5 minutes of it, but he was just so like socially awkward. I think that's just how he is in his interviews.
He
right?
doesn't talk for a reason.
Charlemagne?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
never talks.
No, Travis Scott. Pay attention to
I'm
what
sorry.
we're saying.
Charlemagne.
It was important. It was for a work thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
Ah, boo.
So we're saying that Charlemagne did an interview with Travis Scott after like all the shenanigans with everybody dying and whatnot, and Travis Scott just said a whole bunch of nothing the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw the
he
interview
did.
pop up on like YouTube, and I was like, no, bro.
No.
I just felt bad. I was
Especially
like,
not Charlemagne.
his PR is fucking up.
So Dahlia,
Yeah.
what do you make of the situation? Me and the guys have discussed it before on here. So what do you think of the whole situation with that?
I don't know. It's pretty awful. Like the way that it all happened.
Why did you
Why are you laughing?
What if she said, "Oh
That
no,
was
it's
a great answer.
What if she said?
That
What if she
was
said, "Oh no, it's pretty awesome"?
I think it was your pageant mannerisms, but like you let out like a little smile. You're like, I don't know,
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty awful. I, was like, I couldn't help but crack one too.
I
It-
saw him smiling. I was like, what's
No,
so
we
funny?
have no filter.
Okay, so
There are no boundaries here. Don't worry.
yeah,
no,
absolutely.
it was definitely awful, and his apology where he was like putting his hand on his face
Oh,
and like
so
shaking his
bad.
head.
So
Like I was like,
bad.
that's so like not genuine, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just hanging around the wrong people. Obviously, like if you
sure.
had good friends, they wouldn't let you be a douchebag.
Yeah, and we
So-
talked about it before too. Like, pick people up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, who's not stopping him from doing these? Who? Because he sent that to someone before he posted on his
Oh,
Instagram.
yeah.
Who on earth greenlit that and was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You didn't say anything bad. That's good. Not taking any sort of accountability. None of that shit. I saw like a short clip of that Charlemagne interview, and it was so bad.
It was terrible.
What did he say?
He just keeps spinning
said
around in the
nothing.
chair.
Yeah.
Like an awkward little
That's
kid.
what
He
And-
brought God into it, and that's
Oh
when
my
I was
God.
like, no.
He was talking about. They were like, and what were you doing with Mark Wahlberg and blah blah blah. Like it was like a week after that happened. He was out playing golf or something.
Yeah.
He was like, well, it was Thanksgiving, and I was like, yeah, that's
It was
hilarious.
Thanksgiving. Mark had his yacht, and he wanted to fucking drive me to Mar-Lago.
He wanted to cheer me up, so we went out. We spent $100,000
Bro, in
on
this situation,
a
there's,
dinner.
he has to know there's nothing you can say. Like, you just
No,
have to
there
shut up.
isn't. Yeah.
Like, you just gotta be quiet, bro. People die.
Yeah, he has to give people his money. basically,
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
make it look good.
That's all it is.
That's all he can
And
do.
it came out that all of the people that died there was all because of
asphyxia.
cardiac asphyxiation.
Yeah.
What would you call that? What's the word before
I
the
don't know. Just
asphyxiation?
being
Basically, they
asphyxia,
were
just no air.
Yeah,
right?
no air.
Asphyxia.
Yeah, basically they got killed for like no air because people are saying like, oh, they were off drugs and like this and that, blah blah blah.
No.
And they were saying that someone was going around stabbing people with like a syringe and like injecting drugs. That sounds like someone who did drugs and don't want to tell their mom
Yeah.
about it. Some random guy. I don't know. I didn't do this. They opened my mouth and made me take this Molly.
They made me take this amazing Molly. I'm sorry.
I had a terrible time. I hated it, Mom.
I'll never do it again.
Yeah, but no, that's bad, man. And those fees are
Yeah.
racking up like in the billions.
Yeah.
Which is
The lawsuit
crazy.
they said is $10 billion. Obviously, it's not going to be $10 billion because they just put a big number out there and then they cut it down. But $10 billion, that's like way more than he's even worth.
It's not gonna
way
happen,
more.
bro.
It's not going to
It's
happen,
not
of
gonna
course,
happen.
but
Yeah.
still, that's fucking crazy.
What I told y'all was gonna happen is gonna happen, and I'm waiting for the day. And he's gonna do a
What's gonna
tour.
happen?
He's gonna do a tour with Live Nation, and they're just gonna pay all his fees off.
I don't know if a tour will go over well.
Yeah,
Bro.
exactly. Like I don't know who would go.
But
Yeah.
you know what's
Like,
Like,
crazy?
if you wear
Coachella
like,
is
No.
waiting, bro.
Dude.
Coachella is waiting.
They told them they don't want him.
no.
Yeah.
They didn't say no. They said we're waiting. We're waiting to
Just like Nike was like, we postponed your shoe, and just like fucking McDonald's, just like Cacti was
Good. Fuck Travis Scott and those
You know what
damn
I mean?
Nikes.
He's lost everything.
Hey, fuck him in them cacti. Those cacti are terrible.
They are terrible,
Yeah,
and I can't get my
they
hands
look
on any
pretty
of those goddamn shoes. That piece of shit. He had a fucking celebrity basketball game, and he was giving out access to buy the shoes to people that were at the game.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, they don't need that. They got money enough to be there. I need them.
You
But-
need them? Or
No,
do you
I don't
want
need them,
Want
but I
them.
want them.
I need them.
Yeah,
There's
they
kids
don't-
starving, but I need them.
No, they're gonna beat me up in the street for wearing them.
yeah.
I never even liked Travis Scott like that. Yeah,
No,
he
I
can
didn't
fuck
either.
off. And I heard a lot of bad shit afterwards too, like all the bad things he had done before that, like convincing people to jump off of ledges and stuff like that.
I've heard different. No, just like,
But no, I was gonna say, if you go on like Twitter, every now and then I'll go to that little trending page when you're in the little search area, and he's always there. He's
Oh, yeah,
still
he's gonna be
always
there.
there, like
Yeah.
day after day, and you would be surprised how many of those fucking posts are supportive.
no, of course they're
A
gonna be supportive.
lot of
Twitter's
them are
crazy,
supportive.
man. Like Idahlia, these guys use Twitter a lot. So I downloaded it a few years ago, and when I downloaded it, I liked it a lot, and I was using it so much, but I was using it too much. Like I started seeing a lot of bad shit, and like
Yeah.
I just kept checking it all the time, so I had to stop using it. Do you use like Twitter or like what do you usually?
Yeah,
like,
I got
mess
on
with?
Twitter when I was 13. So
Whoa,
way earlier than me.
I like
The things you saw.
I've been like on and off. I feel like right now I'm off, or I was off because of the pageant. Like I was like, this is a bad influence. But I got back on. I love it. I think it's really fun. Like there's good days and there's bad days, obviously. So
Yeah, Twitter's
Yeah.
really funny, and
Yeah,
you learn,
it is
you
really
learn,
funny.
You low-key learn a lot off.
yeah,
It's my
like
favorite app.
news, believe it or not.
It's my favorite app. I go on
But-
there every day.
I'm a big comment boy. And
The
I'll go.
comments
Excuse me.
are-
I'll go to the comments in Instagram and Twitter, and you go to those Twitter comments, and you just feel sad for this country.
Instagram is just all
You're like,
bots.
dude, we do not like each other in this fucking country. We all hate each other.
I don't
we
like
all feel
Instagram
differently.
that much anymore.
Me either.
It's
There's
not
not
for
much
some
to do on
reason
there.
it lost like its feel, but they announced that they're gonna bring back the chronological feed.
Yeah.
It's
in
too
terms
late,
of-
bro.
But I don't know if it's.
I
Gonna
don't think
work.
that's gonna
It's
help.
too late.
Yeah, at this
It
point they
won't.
fucked it up too bad. Like I used to like Instagram a lot. I don't know why, but something about it, like I wanted to use it all the time. But now, dude, I don't fuck with it that
I
much.
never get on
And
it.
I feel like the stuff
Snapchat too.
the stuff that the algorithm spits out to me is just horrible. Like
Yeah.
nothing that I like.
Yeah, and it's all, dude. You see, like every 4 posts is like an actual ad.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is
I'm like, dude,
odd.
okay, like take it easy for a second. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like leave me alone. You know. But
No, exactly.
you
yeah,
on
same thing with
TikTok?
Snapchat.
I am on TikTok. Yes.
Would you
I
post
love
some pageant
TikTok.
videos?
Do you post pageant videos or anything?
No, I don't. I kind of want to just to like capitalize off that
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm like,
do it.
who
Might as
else
well.
would? But no, I posted on TikTok a few times and they've done okay. But I like TikTok. I think it's funny. Like people in the comments are really crazy.
Yeah, I'm
so-
getting close to going on TikTok. I'm getting very close.
Oh my
Me too,
gosh,
me
you
too.
definitely should.
That's the one I'm worried about getting on too, because I feel like it's gonna be so addictive.
And I've came across a lot of really funny TikTok videos on Twitter.
Yeah.
And been
Oh,
like,
okay,
wow,
yeah.
that is really, really
I
clever.
want to see what the hubbub is about.
That's
You know
so
which ones I
funny.
love so much? The ones where it'll be a post of someone talking and someone else will add another video right next to it of something funny going on.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there was one video where it was like, it's this guy, right? And like this weird Star Wars, like a very, very dorky guy. and he was like, "This is my girlfriend," blah blah blah, and he was talking about like his
Oh,
girlfriend.
yeah.
And then someone put another video, and it was like to the side where you can't see his arms.
Those are so
Dude,
funny.
and it was
Oh
a guy
my
with,
God.
it was another video
It's,
with
like,
just his
so out
arm
of
and it was a gun.
character.
So it looked like he was holding her at gunpoint saying that. And then someone else put the legs and they're like tap dancing. And then like it went as far like to there was like cops at the door
Yeah.
outside. And then there was like a news station like covering the whole story.
That's hilarious.
It was
There a
really
guy-
clever.
He had like a little what was it? Like they say to like people when they're about to jump off. Like,
Oh,
a building or
megaphones?
something. Yeah, megaphones. He's like, "Don't do it. Put the gun down."
Dude, I
Some
like
of them are so good.
I like how that's the example you pulled out. Like if a
That's
guy
what
if
it
a,
is.
if a guy's about to jump off a building, don't do it. I saw
do it.
one that I use probably the most out of all of them is Reddit. I saw a video on there of
Reddit's the real dark one, bro.
Reddit can get crazy
dark.
sometimes.
and they can get pretty smug. On
Oh,
there.
they get smug because
Yeah.
they're like, I'm an intellectual. I'm on Reddit.
Yeah. Well, actually.
Actually, I just read. I don't post on there. But I saw a video because that reminds me. You were just saying like people.
You saw a guy jump off a building.
no. So it was videos of like
Suicide Reddit.
It was a video of
Subreddit. R
Let me-
slash.
Let me finish, bitch.
I'm just kidding.
It was a video of a firefighter like descending from like the floor above the people who were gonna jump out of their window or jump off of their balcony, and he would kick them back into their fucking house.
I've
Or,
seen
like-
that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, or if someone's like on their balcony, like I'm gonna jump, I'm gonna do it. The fucking firefighter comes in and kicks him in the chest.
Yeah. They like come up from on top of him like Spider-Man.
Oh my
So they don't have a
gosh.
chance to like fall.
That's a crazy career
Yeah.
path.
That is a crazy career
Yeah.
path, actually.
I could never imagine doing that. Like I could imagine being sad in life, and I know depression is like a chemical thing, but killing yourself is crazy.
Also, listen, okay, and this might seem fucked up, but like, don't make a whole show out of it if you're gonna do it. Just do it.
Yeah, do it.
You know what I
Do
mean?
it nice and
It
quietly.
makes
Do
me
it.
makes it sound like it's a lie, dude. Like,
The
what?
Multicultural Misfits podcast does not endorse
there
suicide.
If you're gonna kill yourself, don't tell anyone.
There was
I'm
a
I'm
news
just kidding.
story
Don't do
this
that. Don't do that.
morning in Houston. It happened on the Tomball Parkway. Someone like crashed into someone and it caused their car to flip. So that person died. And that person who did the accident, like caused it, he jumped off the freeway.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I could only imagine like what was going through their
Straight
mind.
I
guilt.
just feel horrible.
Yeah. Like they were probably just like, my life's over.
Jesus.
I just know I would be in traffic, like behind them, like, what the fuck are they doing up there?
What
That
happened?
would so
yeah,
long.
like
Take
what's
so
going
long.
on?
That would be me.
You just see like a shadow and you're like, what's happening?
You listen to fucking NPR or something. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Why are they?
I'm late
you
to
know?
work. Someone's dead up
Yeah,
there.
no.
No,
oh my
but like,
gosh.
come on, you gotta, I don't know.
Yeah.
He must have done something really bad. Maybe he was like hammered or some shit.
Maybe.
There must have been something. I mean, but yeah, imagine the guilt. Like you get out of your car and like you see the other car and you're like, holy
Oh,
fuck.
yeah.
Have you guys ever been in a car accident? I know you have, Omar, but like, have you guys been like in a serious one?
No.
Nah, not a serious one.
Looking for
No,
wood
yeah.
to knock on.
Yeah, me neither.
But what? Speaking of car accidents, y'all, I'm sure y'all have heard about that truck driver.
Oh yeah, I have.
No,
it's really
no.
sad.
It's like a 22-year-old truck driver. It was here in Houston, actually. And I didn't look too far into the story, but from the comments,
From the comments.
from what
You would-
Twitter,
I've
from what
never
Twitter
read an
told me,
article in my life.
I'm reading the headline. I'm reading the first two paragraphs.
Omar reads the headline and then he goes to the comments.
I'm gonna assume the rest. I'm gonna just fill in the blanks here.
You were saying?
So it's like I think a 22, 23-year-old dude, and he was a truck driver, like a 18-wheel truck driver, and I don't know who's supposed to be inspecting these trucks, but his brakes failed.
Oh my.
And he's going downhill. He was going like 10 over the speed limit. So like I don't know who's really at fault here.
That's not that bad.
And they were saying in the comments that he had missed like some truck like haywire ramp where apparently I guess when that happens to trucks, like there's a little area where they can just kind of crash into. But he kept going straight, hit sitting traffic, and killed 4 people.
Oh my god.
And they gave him 110 years.
That's
a
too
whole lot of
harsh.
years.
That's too harsh, man.
That's
Like,
his whole life.
don't get me wrong. He bears some responsibility, but not all of it. I feel like 90-something% of that is going to be on the truck company. They should have inspected the shit and made sure the
Yeah.
brakes were working.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
and you
yeah,
said he
it's
was
fucked
over the
up.
speed limit. It's like, bro, my brakes are out.
And he was
Like,
going downhill.
exactly. What am
So
I
he's
supposed
picking
to do
up
driving
speed.
a truck? Yeah.
And dude, this guy was like sobbing in the courtroom. Like
That's fucking
just
sad.
a young guy who and then they put like a side-by-side picture of him and Kyle Rittenhouse. And I was like, dude, this is what's wrong with this country.
Yeah.
Like
That's fucking sad.
this guy's going on a tour right now, like a Trump, I think a Trump sponsored tour.
Yeah.
That kid. And then they got this fucking guy going to jail for 110 years for an accident. And then like it was just like a bunch of side-by-side comparisons of like other situations where other people got off scot-free basically.
Yeah.
And this guy has 110. There was like another situation, I don't know if y'all remember this. It was earlier this year. It was like an 18-year-old chick and she was hammered and she killed like a family of 3 or something like that.
Jeez, in her
She like
car?
T-boned them, yeah.
Oh my god.
And you can see the video. She looks hammered as shit. the cop is being nice to her and shit, like when he should not be. And like she is just like a ditzy like white girl, like, you know, drunk as fuck, doesn't really know what's going on. And she got off with, I think, like, no joke, like maybe 8 to 10 years, something like that. Maybe
That's
less.
how it goes.
Maybe less.
Look at fucking Caitlyn Jenner killed somebody with her car.
And nothing happened. We didn't even talk about it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just
Or
completely
Bush ran
ignored.
over somebody.
Yeah.
Dick
Ends up in the White
Cheney,
House.
Dick Cheney shot their friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the fucking face where they were duck hunting.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
People
I
can get
feel
away with
bad,
anything with money.
that guy was Cuban. So I feel like he like just. I mean, people who take those kinds of jobs, like they don't want them, obviously.
Yeah,
so
for
how are
sure.
you gonna like put the blame on this person?
Yeah, I don't think he
Like-
spoke super good English. Damn,
Yeah.
he's an island boy. Poor guy.
They probably
A Cuban guy.
he's an island boy.
Because those island boys were Cuban.
They
Wait,
probably
this is
The
off.
Cubans, yeah.
This isn't completely off topic, but it's because I saw a TikTok about it. Like there was a black girl, but she was like Afro Latinx, and she was like, "Oh, I just never knew I was black because my family, my whole life, told me that I was Dominican."
Oh wow.
Oh, wow, man.
And I was like, "That's crazy!" Like, can you
Interesting.
imagine?
There's tons of black people out there. I went to Colombia. There's this one island called San Andreas. Pretty much every single person there is black.
You
And
see
not like
CJ?
kind of black. They're like darker skin. What'd you say?
CJ.
Hey,
Grand
man.
Theft Auto.
What the fuck? you know who CJ is? He's from
No, I don't.
He's from an old Grand Theft Auto game.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
really OG
Yeah,
game.
it's called Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
That's
Yeah.
besides
Yeah.
the point. You were saying?
But yeah, anyways, yeah, there's a lot of like black Hispanic people there.
Yeah.
Cool as fuck.
It's hard to like identify sometimes. Like me personally, like being mixed, it is weird rather than being like something full. Like I don't identify as one or I don't identify as the other. I'm just like I'm me. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for me to be like like I have friends who are like Asian. Like some of my buddies like Vietnamese, and they're like really like proud of it, and they like to embrace their culture a lot. But I feel like that's something that's hard for me to do because of the fact that like I'm mixed and I can't be like I really like doing this and like
Yeah.
I don't have enough. I don't know interest or
Well, you
passion
struggle
for it.
to embrace like one side.
Yeah.
I think we're just
Yeah.
unfortunately Americans.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just, we're
that's
just
how
little,
I feel.
we're just little
My
American
my
boys.
dad is Mexican and my mom's Salvadorian, and like my whole childhood, I never even knew the difference because so many people would just call me like Mexican.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I would
wow,
just
that's
be like,
fucked up.
"Oh, okay." Like,
That's true, though. Yeah,
my
everyone says
mom's
Mexican.
Mexican too, right? And then like my mom, she would always go back to El Salvador, and my dad would tell me like, "Oh yeah, she's going there," and I'd be like, "But that's not Mexico," and he'd be like, "You're not fully Mexican. You're Salvadorian."
Is that a city in Mexico? What is that?
Yeah. So like I feel like that's confusing for like Hispanic and like Middle Eastern people because it's just like
Yeah.
well
Absolutely.
people just call us white.
Yeah.
'Cause,
If you're-
like if you're like light skinned, they just call you white.
I would
And-
say for sure the Hispanic side took over more for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I would say for you too, right?
Well, nah, I'm just an American boy, man. I don't really. I'm telling you,
just
it's
an
hard for me to
American boy.
identify with one or the other, man. Like I like both. I really like the Arab side. I really like I like things from both cultures, but I can't say like some days I feel more Mexican, some days I feel more Arab.
I feel that.
I
Honestly,
know that's
but-
crazy.
But 100% of the time, I just feel me. It's not a real last bar though.
Put that shit on a
Put
t-shirt.
that on a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt.
I'm
But no,
100% me. 50%
All right, not
Mexican,
to be
50% Palestinian, 100% me.
Not to be corny, but I just feel like I'm me. I don't feel.
No, I
like,
feel that. I feel
I
that
don't-
because
Oh
I
my
definitely feel like some sort of like calling from my Mexican side because I go visit my Mexican family. But like your Arab side, you don't really hear too much about because how often does fucking Arabic come up in Texas?
He's crying.
You know what I mean?
Bro, that was the funniest shit I've ever heard, bro. But I'm 100% me.
100% me.
That
I'm really gonna
sounds
get a
like
t-shirt with that
The
on it.
people who are like, I don't care if you're purple, green.
Oh my god!
What?
I don't care if you're yellow, orange.
It's
I hate y'all the same.
Y'all all the same. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never thought people felt that way before. That people feel like both
Yeah,
sides.
man.
on
I
different days.
definitely. It feels strange. Like you're torn between both. I mean, how do you feel? You're not mixed, but I mean, how do you feel?
Well, as a black man, I feel okay.
You feel okay?
Yeah.
You feel good?
Why?
You feel
I
good?
feel okay. Feel all right.
I just feel like not like 100% me, but I feel like like I just feel like a dude. I just feel like a guy.
What's the rest of the percent? What do you feel
Yeah.
aside from yourself?
You feel like an alien?
Do you feel like,
like?
do you feel like the table here?
I feel like you know what this finger, this right here.
Ooh.
Me.
I was at a bookstore the other day looking at those, and I was like, man, I should get one new one for the pod. the middle finger, unfortunately, has began to
Deteriorate.
slump over. Yeah,
Deteriorate.
deteriorate a little bit. He isn't the young man he used to be. That little finger there.
You got that at a bookstore?
No, I saw.
No, it was 80s.
It's mine. I got that. And what we're talking about for those who are just listening, it's like a little like middle finger sculpture thing. Well, it's not a middle finger. It's just a hand
It's a
sculpture.
hand.
But we
But they
always
put
shape
the-
it for the middle finger, obviously, because
it's
we're
funny.
Right there at the
'cause it's
bottom
funny.
right, if you can't see it.
Yeah. So
But yeah, no.
that is a part of my home decor.
There's a lot of fun stuff you can find at a bookstore. R.I.P.
yeah.
to Barnes and Nobles.
Those are
they
dying.
done?
Yeah,
Those are
every
gone.
Barnes and Nobles that I've seen throughout the years
Is
has
the one
since
still
closed.
up by our old establishment?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
gone.
place is
It's
gone.
gone?
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
What
I
is it
mean,
now?
when I was a kid, I used to treat it as like a library.
What
I
is
used
it
to be
now?
Like
in
we would
there.
go. They had couches at one point. They got rid of the
Oh my
couches.
It's fucking awesome.
They're like, we don't want you.
You know
I
how
don't
much
want you
stuff-
here reading the books.
Stop sitting here reading
Dude,
Judy
you know
B.
how much
Jones.
money I saved on books by just reading the whole book there?
Dude,
Hell
that's
yeah.
exact. I would go there. You know what I would do? I would dog ear it. I would dog ear the book, and I'd hide the copy.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And I'd go back and I'd find the copy somewhere obscure.
Because
That's
some of those
so
damn books are
wholesome.
expensive.
And that's why they're out of business. Because people like
Because people like me who are unknowingly putting them out of business.
The internet took over, man.
Oh yeah, that too.
If I can find a legal movie, I can sure as fuck find this legal book.
Really?
I feel like,
think so.
Yeah, I believe it.
dude, I feel like with the internet and with like the stream of consciousness, like content that we have, it's so much harder for me to read a book than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
I can never read books. It's like my brain like.
You say you
moves.
could never, or like
I just
you
can't
can't?
read books. Like it's like too slow for me.
No bullshit. Getting into a good book, it actually is pretty nice.
It's an amazing feeling, and
pretty
like
nice.
when I was little, I was obsessed with it. I was reading all the time, but like in the past like year or two during COVID, dude, I can't do it. Like I read like a chapter or two, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. All right, now let me go do something else.
I only want fiction too. I don't want
Really?
no damn nonfiction. I'm not in the mood
like-
for
Oh
it.
yeah, I feel you on that.
That just feels like school to me. I mean, I'll do it if I have to, if I'm trying to learn
You're
something.
like, oh, I guess.
but I want to read Stephen King. I want to read something stupid, you know?
I know. What about you, Idahlia?
I like books. I like reading. So every morning I meditate and I read. So I
You
don't
live a
know.
healthy
Not
life.
to-
No,
Right?
seriously.
She live
Yeah.
the only well-rounded, balanced one here.
That's
Okay,
Miss-
so
that's Miss Texas right there.
okay, right?
Texas right there if I ever
so
seen
you
one.
meditate. That is something that I've always found very, very difficult to do. Like my mind, I feel like is all over the place. I think about all kinds of random bullshit, sometimes good, sometimes bad.
Yeah.
That I can't like separate myself from that. How
Okay.
do you do that? How do you meditate?
Yeah. I feel like I do sometimes too. Like it doesn't go quite as how I want it, but I use an app called Headspace. And
I've
it's
heard of
super
that one.
popular.
Look at that.
Yeah. So I use
Sponsor
it
us,
every
Headspace.
day, and they're
Yeah,
like
Headspace, please.
Shout out. Yeah, no, I use that, and I just feel like it's like so easy to have someone guide you through the meditation. And then I journal about the meditation, and then I read. So
That's one that I've been
Wow.
meaning to do also. Like my girlfriend got me
Journaling?
this. Yeah, like she got me it's a book called like One Line a Day, and it's like you write a line for each day of the year. Easy, right? Just one sentence, one
Yeah.
line. I did it for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I stopped, and I haven't touched it since.
It's hard to
yeah,
get into. I like to do it when I'm feeling something. Because, like, not every single day. Like, if I'm feeling, which is very rare, but, like, when I'm feeling really angry, every now and then I'll do that shit. And actually,
You're feeling angry.
Swear to-
These motherfuckers, they don't know who they're fucking with.
I'm going to fucking kill him.
Angry
I feel a lot
journaling?
better now. I just
Angry journaling.
angry journal.
You know what's
That's
sad?
the only
have
time I ever journal is when
I have
I'm
a
pissed.
private Instagram where I just like say shit.
You really?
on, bro.
That's great. You
Me
have
and
a
AB don't know
Finsta?
about this?
Nobody knows about it.
Why didn't you? Why
wait,
didn't you ever
so you
tell
don't
us?
have anyone on it?
No,
It's
it's
just
just
you.
it's literally
That's
just me posting
good.
pictures and
Well,
just
it's like a journal then.
Bro, it's like
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
that's
find
a
it.
paragraphs.
journal.
Me and
talking
Omar are
about
gonna
my life.
add you.
We're gonna find
comment
it.
mean-
Oh my
we're
God.
gonna comment you and add mean things to it.
Gio,
That's
Gio,
like
I'm
his
going to get the
deepest
name of that damn
feeling.
Instagram. I got to see what's going on there.
I told one of my friends I was going to be on a podcast, and they were like, "Oh, I'm going to listen to it." I was like, "I'm not going to post it," and they were like, "I'm going to find it," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" But,
Please
yeah.
don't. Please don't
Yeah.
try to do that.
Please don't find that page. Please don't.
Yeah.
The thought of someone randomly coming across our podcast on YouTube is pretty
Aw,
funny, actually.
It's
now that I'm
gonna
thinking
blow
about it.
up. Y'all are gonna blow up.
It'll be
One
fun.
day, hopefully.
Wouldn't it be
who
cool?
knows?
We
Yes.
don't promote enough.
Honestly, we don't promote enough, but I think all that matters is we like doing it.
It's a
Yeah,
hobby. at this
you know
point.
what I mean?
It's therapeutic almost.
Yeah, it is. It's
It
like
is very
it's
therapeutic.
a good excuse to hang out because otherwise, I feel like we
Yeah.
probably wouldn't see each other as much. So
Yeah.
I would be here.
Well,
He's
but
like,
it's
I
like
would
straight
still be
talking.
here.
Like
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
the whole like idea of meeting up here is just to talk. So we just like catch up
yeah, we shoot the
Yeah.
shit.
and say funny shit, you know?
Yeah. So you're saying you read. What do you read, you reader?
Yeah, I like to read.
Since you really read.
Damn reader.
So I've read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And
Oh,
then
I've heard.
also
All right. So
read-
what are the 7 habits? heard it's a good
So
book.
there's Be Proactive, Think Win-Win, Be or understand other people before being understood, sharpen your own saw. I can't
What's that
think
mean?
of the other
What?
one.
Yeah. What do they mean by
That's
sharpening your own
basically
saw?
mean like pour into your own cup before you
Oh,
pour
okay.
into others.
I see.
Or
invest
like
in
just
yourself.
take time for yourself, you know.
Bet one of them is
Absolutely.
wake up early.
Yeah, and then recently I read The 4 Agreements, which I love.
Isn't
I
The
feel
4
like it's
Agreements
so good.
Isn't it about like some Hispanic dude or something?
Yeah,
like
it
that?
is. Yeah, a
what
Hispanic
they
dude
were. I
wrote
looked them-
it,
I
but
looked
I
them
think
up
it's so
before.
good because it talks about how like we create our own drama in our own lives
Yep.
because we make things a bigger deal than they are.
Isn't one of them don't take
It's kinda
things
true.
personally?
Yeah,
Isn't that
yeah,
one of
it's
them?
don't take things personally, which I love. I mean,
That's a great one.
yeah, I was really glad I read it before the pageant because
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see the smallest thing, like a side eye, or like if someone just like looks you up and down and just be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
true. That could throw off your whole thing.
Yeah,
'cause you're up there in front of a
exactly.
lot of
So
people.
yeah, just don't take things personally. Don't assume. That was a big one.
What do you feel like you learned most from the book?
The thing I learned most is to forgive people because I mean, ultimately, like, what's hating them gonna do, right?
Absolutely. It's
Like, you're just
unnecessary bad energy.
yeah,
Unnecessary
like, you're
stress on
just-
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just stressing yourself out, right? Like I have one family member who always annoys me when it's like a holiday, but it's like, okay, well, if I just kind of like let it slide, like this could be a better experience for all of us, right?
Instead of thinking, negative
Yeah,
things, and,
instead of,
they're
like-
saying shit and you're just like in your head like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you don't have to take it like all the way, right?
No, it's true. And people are always like, like say good things like manifest and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like in a weird way, it doesn't work like that. But it does kind
bro,
of work.
Manifesting works.
You think
bro.
so? Because I think like
I think it has power.
It does
if
work,
you're saying
yeah.
it, I guess like your decisions kind of center around that, like subconsciously, or like
Yeah.
if you're doing and saying nice things and treating people nicely, nice things will come back to you. But if
Well,
you're being like an
that's
asshole in your life, you're gonna lose out on opportunities. You're gonna lose out on like bridges that could have got you to a better place and things like that. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's manifesting. Like doing good things for good things to return. I think manifesting is
That's
just
like karma.
fuck karma.
I don't,
Fuck
think,
karma.
I don't think karma exists.
And you're
I
not
know.
supposed to do shit for karma. Like just be a good
There's
person.
a lot of bad people that are doing just fine in life.
For real, they're doing awfully fine.
I've
a whole
heard a
bunch
lot
of
of
them.
Christians coming after manifesting because they're like, "Oh, you're interfering with like God.
You're
And I'm
messing
like,
with God's
"No."
process.
I'm like, no.
I'm kind of happy
Oh my
about
God.
it.
God's got a path for you,
actually
and you keep
going
telling him
well.
to do something else.
Yeah,
I don't
And
know,
I'm
I
like,
think-
I like manifesting. I think it's good. I mean,
Yeah, it's
not
great.
that I practice it like it's a practice. I think it's just something you think about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the mind's a powerful tool. Like, I met this dude one time. He was like a pretty big fitness YouTuber back in the day. Back when me and like the guys were like in middle school. He was his name's like Mike Chang. He was a really, really like famous dude. His videos get millions of views. He made a lot of money too. He became like a millionaire. And we met him through a friend of our aunt, my friend's aunt, and he was basically telling us that like as far as like lessons from his life and like how he was able to become successful. And he was saying like the most important thing to him was just like being able to like use your mind effectively. And he was just saying like how powerful your mind is. Like if you convince yourself you're the worst person ever, you're gonna go around
Yeah.
thinking that, and you're not
Yep.
gonna be able to do anything, right?
Yeah.
But if you can convince yourself that like I can do this shit, like manifesting, right? I don't think manifesting is like I'm gonna have a Ferrari. I'm gonna have a Ferrari. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have a
no,
Ferrari.
no,
Right?
exactly. It's like that's
It-
kind of
there's
yeah.
steps, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
there's
And like
steps.
be
Yeah.
realistic. Don't like
And also work for it.
Yeah,
also
exactly.
don't-
Yeah, you
don't-
can't just
just-
sit there.
Yeah.
and
You're chilling in an
saying
empty
things.
room at your
Yeah.
house, just like
screaming, I want a Ferrari.
Where's $1 million?
It just shows up
Yeah.
tomorrow outside. Like I knew it.
No, yeah.
Yes.
Some people definitely approach it the wrong way. But
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, the mind is powerful, man.
Mind
there's,
is powerful.
There's so much you can do. Like you can convince, like say you're having a shitty day, you can really like talk yourself out of it in a lot of ways, or maybe not make it completely better, but you can like enhance it a bit. Just with
sure.
small
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I used to have like a motto that I used to like really live by, where it was like if I'm not going to be mad about it like tomorrow at the like 24 hours from now, I probably shouldn't be mad about it right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's probably pointless.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I really don't remember like the past 24 hours. Of
Yeah,
my day.
seriously.
Like I
Oh my
really
God,
don't.
yeah.
General.
We've had that discussion a lot on here. Like I have a problem remembering shit too. Like if someone asked me
Yeah.
what I ate like 2 days ago or what I ate for. Like,
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you
I'm
talking
not.
about?
I remember everything.
Yeah?
Really?
Everything.
What'd you eat yesterday for breakfast?
For
Do you
breakfast?
eat breakfast or no?
I had smoothies for breakfast.
You had smoothies for breakfast?
Yeah.
What was in your smoothie 2 days ago?
Bananas, greens, and pineapple.
That's too easy. That's
Yeah,
too
that's yum.
What was
Is it consistent every day though?
It's consistent every day.
Well, see, that's why you know.
It's the same thing every day.
Gio, what pants was I wearing when we recorded the last pod?
I don't look at your pants.
He don't know. He
They're
don't remember
black
nothing.
pants.
He don't care about you enough
Black.
to remember that.
They were black.
I don't even remember.
They were black.
How you gonna check if you don't remember?
I
were
was
black.
hoping it would jog it, or he would say no.
Isn't it crazy
call my
how
bluff.
people focus more on themselves in like an awkward situation than like everyone else?
Absolutely. Like if
Yeah.
you notice, like whenever people, let's say if someone feels insecure and they go outside, or if they're wearing like, let's say if they're wearing something very loud, like outfit wise, and they're just like, oh shit, this is gonna look weird, it's gonna look whack. The only person really noticing him is them. Everybody
yeah.
else might see them for a second and be like, oh, okay, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
Yeah.
not really like gonna pop out like crazy. You're not like fucking Adam Sandler. You're not like no one's gonna really
Yeah.
notice you like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I think like when I go running at the park. Like I'm like, I don't even remember the last person that ran by me.
For real.
Like they could have like done a cartwheel and done like 5 back flips and
It's
I would have
true.
been like, who was that?
Yeah, but when you're running by them, you're probably thinking
Yeah.
about like just your
Yeah.
form for whatever reason, just mentally. Like, do I look funny? Like, is my form right? I don't
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I always think about my form.
know. Yeah. At
You
the
know,
gym,
like-
I feel that all the time. Yeah,
Bro,
it
I've
feels
noticed
weird. I'm
that
like, this
people-
person doesn't give a shit.
People generally like don't care.
No.
Yeah.
Like
They
they're going
don't.
about their day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think about them. I think like, who are they? Why are they here? You know, like
I
so-
do too, but you forget quick.
What got you here?
But I am people watching when I'm walking around for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm turning my head a lot. I'm making eye contact on accident sometimes.
and I do that too. I do make stories about people in my head.
Or I'm just like, man, look at these people getting after it. Like, so I'll see like some like fit dads, and they're like running because
Yeah.
they're pushing like the kid in a stroller, and they're running and they're pushing the stroller. I'm like, that's fucking cool. I'm like,
Nah, but
they're
one
shirtless
crack-
and they're ripped and shit.
You're landing on your
Right.
kid.
Oh yeah, you're fucking.
You know what I saw
fucking-
the other day, which I really really hope nothing bad happened. I was high at Galleria returning some stuff, and I was walking back to my car, and this guy with his shoelaces undone was holding the smallest dog you've ever seen, like a baby.
Oh my god.
No.
And I walked by him, and we were both walking very briskly. And like I turned back and I was like, bro, should I go stop him? And like, hey, dude, your shoes untied. You're gonna kill this dog.
Yeah.
But I didn't. But I really hope nothing happened.
You should tie his shoelaces together.
see if you can handle this.
Yeah, one shoe to the other shoe.
Or you
Yeah.
should have stepped
Trip
on
him.
it.
I should have tripped him. Yeah.
You should have stepped on one of the laces.
What are you gonna do now? No, but yeah, it's just little stuff like that I remember.
That's terrible.
I don't remember where this came from, but
I don't know either. But it's kind of funny.
But it's
No,
kind of
it's
funny. Yeah.
Like when you're passing.
Oh, people watching, yeah.
Yeah, when you're passing people and you're like seeing them, you're like, man, I wonder how this person got here. Or like, how did I get here with all these people? Or like, why? Especially,
yeah.
especially what I think about when I'm running is like, why the fuck am I running?
Yeah,
Yeah.
why
So I
am
think-
I running in
yeah.
the first place?
But I've been trying to like cut out the thought of like, okay, I hate this, it needs to stop. I've been trying to cut that thought out more, and I've been trying to
Yeah.
like let other shit flood in. Like,
Yeah.
Just get lost in your
No,
thoughts.
every
That's
time-
what I do.
Every
Yeah.
time I run, I always think like I'm moving my body, and that's why I'm doing this. Like I'm not here to impress anyone. Like I'm literally moving my body because I need to have
need to do it.
longevity in my
Yeah.
life. Yeah,
I would like to live a little longer.
Yeah, it's like I'd like to live longer. So
But yeah, running is a pain in the
brutal.
ass. And yeah, people watching, being in society. Society's strange, huh? Especially after the pandemic. Like,
Oh yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
it's even
it's
weirder
weird.
than ever. I feel like everyone is thinking all these strange things now because for a little while we were separated from everybody, and now like we didn't give a shit anyways. But now everyone's just thrown back into the mix, and now everybody's out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the holidays and shit.
things are so like socially like like awkward kind of too because we were all like locked away for so long. You know,
Yeah.
like you kind of come out of it and you're like, what's the proper etiquette here? Like, do I shake someone's hand?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
stuff,
that's
yeah.
gone. Like the days of dapping my friends
Thank
up. or,
God.
like,
Some
you
of-
know
I'm
what I mean?
happy. I don't want to dap up everybody.
I'll be
I'm
honest, yeah.
I'm happy some of that's gone, bro.
Yeah. I'll
Not
be
that I
honest.
miss that specifically, but you know
Some
what
of
I
y'all
mean. The
hands
social
was
aspect.
sweaty.
Yeah, this like the small talk and shit like that. You don't really small talk with people. And when you do start to small talk with people, like let's say you're at a store or something like that, it just gets short like real quick.
yeah,
It's just like one answer and it's like, oh, okay, yeah.
I can't
And
believe
that's it.
y'all.
Well, let's just wait until this is done loading.
Bro, I cannot believe y'all say words to other human beings at stores.
Yeah?
I'm quiet.
Really?
You're
When they
quiet?
check out, you're not like, thanks,
No.
have a good day.
Okay, if they say something to me, I'll say something like.
It depends on the place.
Bro, yesterday a guy like complimented my earring. I was like, "Thank you," and I walked away. I was like, "I don't know what to say." I was like,
Nice earring. What's your number?
Yeah, right?
if you
Gio
give
was
me
thinking
a-
about him all day.
I should have got a free Coca card because of that.
Got a free Kroger
I
card.
missed my shot.
But yeah, there are people where they like places where they try to be friendly, like Whole Foods. they be trying to talk to you at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's.
I don't have a problem with that. I like interacting.
No,
with
I do
people.
too, but it just makes me think like, damn, like this doesn't happen. This hardly ever happens, especially now.
You go to Walmart, bro. They don't even want to look at you.
They're like, why are you here?
Yeah.
They're like,
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you
Yeah.
fucking pig.
They got a divider up between you and the like they don't even want you to see them.
Yeah.
It's funny how like different stores are like lit differently too. Like even like going to a Target, going to a Walmart. Target's much more relaxing. They want you to spend more time,
Looks cleaner.
shop more.
way
Walmart is
cleaner.
like aggressive.
Chaotic.
Yeah, chaotic, aggressively lit. There's fucking people with their food stamps there trying to figure shit out.
Yeah,
like
bro.
I feel like it's the other way. I feel like Target is aggressively lit.
What?
Bro, you go into Target,
No.
like you've been
I
seeing.
love Target.
Target's
yeah.
warm.
No, I'm not saying it in a bad way, but I'm saying it's bright in there.
But it's for a good. It's like for a point. It's for a reason. Walmart
Yeah, 'cause,
looks disgusting.
I was gonna say, if anything,
Yeah.
Walmart looks
Prison.
dim on purpose because they don't want you to really see what you're buying, bro. They don't want you to totally see what you're buying.
I remember at this Walmart near my parents' house back in the day, there'd be birds in there. Like they like at the top, no, at the top like rafters, like there'd be birds and they'd have little nests and shit.
I feel terrible for them. I hope they get out. I hope they're able to get out. one
Living
day.
in Walmart,
Yeah, what do you
eating the stale bakery bread.
now? Hold on.
my
What does a
gosh.
bird in Walmart
It's
eat?
probably
A
because
lot,
they
I'd
have the
imagine.
outdoor section,
They just
right?
fly
And they
in.
can
Oh,
fly
yeah.
in.
But
how are they gonna get out?
So,
How are they gonna get
aw.
out?
They don't.
You know
They
what I mean?
wait. They don't.
I mean,
they
apparently they're surviving though, because I mean they had a nest, so they have a family in that
they
bitch.
Yeah.
live and die in
True.
Walmart.
Yeah, going to
To,
buy
to live and die in a
Generations.
Walmart.
stealing the little bird food. Yeah, yeah. Animals like when they get stuck in a place like that, I always wonder like, I hope they're good. I hope you get
Yeah,
out later.
I hope you get out
Like the
of
other
here.
day, and this was a wasp, and I have very little sympathy for wasps, but wasps can usually fuck off. But I was like at this little biscuit place in Austin, and the whole outside area was covered in like that like meshy
Yeah.
kind of like screen, you know what I mean, like bug proof. But there's one little area where you can walk in and out. So I guess this thing must have got in somehow, and it was smacking against every wall, just trying to get out.
Bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I don't know if you're ever gonna get out because it was over here and the thing was over there. But I was like, but you're too mean, bro. I'm not even gonna try
You
to
should have
help
sprayed him a raid.
Yeah, I should have murked him right there. I should have put him in a little cup and let him die there.
Put him in a little cup, let him suffocate.
The bastards, the little bastards. But yeah, animals they're just trying to make it happen in a human's world.
For real.
Trying to make it happen
Yeah.
in a human's
True.
world.
In the world we took over, they were not promised Walmarts, but we gave it to them.
Speaking of insects, Spider-Man. I'm sure no one's seen it, right?
I haven't seen
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't
saw
seen
it
it.
yesterday.
You saw it?
You
I
did?
knew you would have seen it. How was it? Was it good?
I feel like if I say what I want to say, it's not
Keep
gonna be
it
right.
keep it for off
There
air
it
because
is.
I do
I'm
want to
sure
hear
there
your
is.
opinion. But
It's barely a movie. I will say that.
What?
You take that as you may.
That
Okay.
can't mean something good.
It's
I know that doesn't sound good.
it's good
barely a
if
movie.
if I explain it.
Okay.
I will not explain it right
Okay, no spoilers.
I've been trying to find showtimes, dude. That shit is so booked
now.
up.
Bro,
It's
I
crazy.
saw that hoe at 4:30 at West Oaks Mall with 3 other people in the theater.
No way.
It was amazing.
No fucking
wow.
way. Was it during the day?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I
love
wanted
a
at
nice
night.
empty theater. Man.
Beautiful.
I want to get high.
It
I
was
want to watch
beautiful.
Spider-Man Zooted, you know?
Somebody was
I
talking
wanna enjoy the
behind me.
experience.
I got up and moved down the row, and it was quiet.
Oh,
I
wow.
was so happy.
Yeah, I don't like a loud theater, dude. When I watched Endgame, it was exactly what you think it is, cheering and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, like, you know, I'm having fun too. I'm enjoying this, but like, settle down.
Yeah.
Settle down. This is my house, guys. Settle down.
And keep it at like 3 seconds. We don't need to be cheering for like 15
Oh,
seconds. Like,
yeah,
shut up. I
bro.
can't even hear what they're talking about now.
I can't, I'm missing the plot now.
Yeah, and like fucking when like big things were happening. But that was like the first movie that I had seen in a long time with like showtimes like that. Like
Oh,
just
wow,
tons and
yeah.
tons of showtimes.
Oh yeah. I saw Get Out with like a lot of people. That was great.
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a fun one to watch in
Yeah.
theaters.
But besides
Yeah.
that, I don't need to see nobody else in there. Leave me alone, bro.
I like a nice quiet theater.
Yeah.
That's just me though. I like a nice quiet
I
theater.
forgot what movie I watched. Dune on HBO. That was
Yeah.
nice.
That was a
We've heard
really
good
good
things.
one.
Yeah.
I haven't
That's-
seen it yet.
That's one of my favorite movies of the year.
I do not need to see it in theaters. I'm fine.
No, it was good
yeah.
in theaters.
I
liked
believe
it
you.
in theaters.
I'm okay. I saw it at home.
I regret not watching.
Well,
it
I
in
was
theaters.
alone. I got to make tea. I had a great time.
Guys, it made tea.
It was free.
Unless I have a giant TV, I want to watch it at the theaters. I love a
yeah.
good theater experience too.
Yeah, man, it's nice, especially when it's like more empty. You know what I mean? And you kind of, I like the theaters with the reclining shit too, because like my couch isn't that nice, so it's nice to have like a comfortable like reclining fucking chair.
Just don't ever go to Studio Movie Grill, bro.
Fuck
tired of
Studio
It's a place
Movie.
where they're like running around and like, here's your
Yeah.
burger. Do you want a drink?
Yeah, in the middle.
They put you on like an ergonomical office chair.
No, they changed the chairs. The chairs are good now.
The chairs are good now.
Yeah, they recline and shit.
Nothing is a bigger slap in the face than going to the movie theaters and the seats don't recline. I'm like,
Omar, I know exactly what chairs you're talking about, too. They were terrible.
stiff as fuck, 90-degree angle. Bro, I'm not sitting like, what human being is sitting like this for 2.5 hours?
That's
I hate
funny,
that
man.
shit.
That's hilarious.
Now they really have a waiter just like running all over the theater
Yeah.
during the movie. I'm like, bro, I can't even see Ghostbusters right now.
Yeah, it's an odd concept for a movie theater. It's not my favorite.
It's not like the Alamo.
It's not like you know what's funny? I never went.
You never went to the Alamo?
Yeah,
that
but
was
I
a nice
remember
theater.
walking right by it because as a child going to West Oaks all the time.
It was
Yeah, I
similar
lived right by there.
concept to studio movie.
Wait,
Girl.
what'd you say? The Alamo?
The
Yeah,
Alamo
Alamo
Draft
Theater.
House?
No, I haven't been there.
Yeah, it's
There aren't a
Fantastic.
ton of them, but
Have you ever been to an outdoor movie theater?
No, but we have one in Houston.
Yeah,
and I had
I've
bought
heard.
tickets before the pandemic went down to go, and the pandemic went down, and they never gave me my money back.
Oh my
And I
god.
had emailed them and shit, and like they
Was
sent
it
me
the
they-
rooftop one?
Yeah, rooftop theater, and they sent me like a little like
Dude.
voucher, but the voucher had an expiration date, and
Oh.
but the expiration date was like all the way like there was like terms and conditions. It was at the very bottom of the terms and conditions in small letters. So then eventually I went back and I tried to like use it, and I looked at it and I was like,
Oh
those
my gosh.
bastards!
Okay.
They just took my
they wouldn't let you
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah, so I'm never gonna go back again.
No, that's
Oh.
not
I
worth
didn't
it.
even go, but I'm never gonna buy another ticket.
Well, that's
Yeah.
funny
of that.
because my girlfriend bought us tickets to go watch Elf there, and
Aw.
we didn't go see it because we missed the showtime. We had to like postpone it or whatever. But now you're telling me this bad story, but I'm gonna go support them. I'm sorry.
They're not gonna give you your money back.
No, they did. That's what I was gonna
They
say. You
did?
yeah, because
Sons of
we
bitches.
missed the showtime and she didn't realize it until the next day.
I hope they shut down again. Just kidding.
And they happily replied to her email. We're like, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe
Like,
I need to reach
We'll
out
give you
again.
credit or whatever.
Maybe
There
there's
is a
something they can-
drive-in like not that far.
Drive-ins. Those are
Rosenberg.
cool. I would love to go to one of those.
Yeah,
cool.
that's what I was talking about.
I went there like
I didn't mean
Oh.
outdoor. I meant
Couple-
drive-in.
Because there is that rooftop one. I think you put on headphones.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that sucks.
A drive-in, you just tune into the radio station.
Yeah, it's the radio.
Have you seen those clubs where you're wearing headphones?
Silent
and you're all, yeah,
something? Silent
silent
disco?
Silent
Oh
disco.
my
I went to
gosh,
one of
that
those in
looks so
Vegas.
Awkward. Really?
Yeah,
Was it okay?
It's a little awkward,
Yeah,
but
I
if
feel
you're
like
if you're
it's
with
awkward.
somebody, it's fun because like
Okay.
you're with them and you're dancing with them. You can change the channel and like you change their channel and like
I
that
know
kind
that
of thing.
seems.
Were you
You
taking
can
it off
change
and
the
like listening
channel.
every now and then?
Yeah, if you take it off, it's just quiet. It's just people stepping around.
Yeah,
like,
I can't do that
sneakers?
because then I would just start laughing.
Yeah.
just keep them on the whole time.
Oh my god.
Dude, take it out. There's like a bit, and I think Dave or something like that, where like the DJ, everyone's at a silent disco, and just the DJ doesn't have his headphones on, and like he's
Oh.
just yelling like crazy things, like out to the like I punch babies, like all that shit, and nobody can hear him. They're all like loving it and shit. That's what I'd be doing. I'd take the
That
headphones off and
sounds-
just yell shit.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds pretty.
Just
funny.
walk in there with no headphones. All you hear is just like feet hitting the ground. That sounds amazing.
So awkward.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be really funny.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience. I think that's a good note to end on, guys.
Silent discos.
Thanks
Silent
everybody.
disco.
Dahlia, thank you
Dahlia,
for being
thanks for
here.
coming.
Thank you.
Thanks
Oh
for the
my
cookies. Thanks for the holiday card. All right, bye guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.